I'm Carolyn Kagan. I'm a community psychologist from Manchester Metropolitan University. I'm a researcher, and all of my research for the last 35 years has been in collaboration with community groups or public services. One of the things that is often said to us by our community partners in relation to a public engagement agenda is that they don't believe that universities are genuine about their desire to work following mutual agendas, that they think universities only want to collaborate with communities when it suits them. And that's a major challenge for us. It's a major challenge for us both to resist just pursuing our own agendas and working with communities when we need to, but also a challenge to ensure that the ways in which we work are to mutual benefit. One of the ways in which we have begun to understand that ways of collaborating is to use a metaphor from ecology. And I'll need to just show you a diagram to explain this, I think. We have two ecological communities. Let's take the land and its plants and its animals, and another ecological community, the sea, and its plants and its animals, that's a fish. Each of them has each ecological community has its own natural resources that interact in ways that are self-sustaining. At the point at which the land meets the sea is known as the transition between ecological communities, or the ecotone. But that could be just a point at which the land meets the sea. Most often, though, what we have is a transition zone, of a tidal transition zone of the sea coming in and out, say over rocks. Oh no, rocks is land. In and out, salt water over the land. And at this point, this part here is known as an ecological edge. And at this junction, this edge, we have quite a different set of natural resources, plants and animals that only live in this transition zone. They're different from the ones that live on the land, and they're different from the ones that live on the sea. At the ecological edge, we have a much greater abundance of natural resources, again, that interact in sustainable ways. Another example of an ecological edge would be the edge of a field, say where the field meets the forest, and the hedgerow is in between, and that again is a very abundant area for wildlife and for plants. Think of a human example. Some border areas, say the city of Tijuana, Mexican border with the United States, has a mixture of Mexican culture and Texan culture. But it's not just alongside each other, it creates a new culture, it creates new sets of resources. There are different kinds of products, different kinds of activities, different kinds of music, different kinds of language. So Tex-Mex is an ecological edge. One of the things that we think about in terms of public engagement is that what we're trying to do with universities working with communities is not colonise the community area, not take over on the university agendas, but to try and find what is the area of edge. How can we create and maintain an edge that is about a mutual agenda where the activities might be different from activities that are currently going on in the university or currently going on in the sea? That's the challenge for us, finding ways to work collaboratively to create, maintain, and if possible, expand the edge. Why don't you join in the conversation? Join us online at